So welcome to Miss Rachi YouTube channel once again.
Yeah, thank you.
So in this video we are going to talk about yoga, and I would love to know what's yoga first of all.
Yeah. So we're going to introduce ourselves.
Yeah, should we introduce ourselves first? All right. Hi, I'm Jeff.
Hi, I'm Dorine. And we've been doing yoga for almost, well, it's been 4 years now. We started yoga in 2019 here in Nakuru.
Right.
When we brought my brother when we came for my brother's funeral, that was our journey.
Yeah.
And before we go into it, we wanted to really explain what yoga is. For us, we feel like yoga is stretching your body, how you're connecting with your mind, body, and soul. So how you take care of your body by stretching yourself out so your body can.
Yeah, for us it's a way of conditioning our body deep in the joints and the parts that don't get moved very often.
Yeah.
So we get into deep stretches, and for a lot of people there's a spiritual side to yoga, or there's a great history, and there can be songs and poems and deities and all these things.
Rituals,
Right, and we don't really do that part. We just do the physical side of yoga, which is, for us, has really transformed our bodies. We had a lot of lower back pain.
Yes.
And just back pain in general from having tight hips. We sat in chairs and cars all the time.
Yeah, sitting and also for me, pregnancy, like carrying pregnancy, I just, it really ruined my back. So when Jeff actually met me, I had a really bad back already. And then it just became worse.
Yeah.
Like by the end of the day, I was in so much pain. And we tried so many different things to, try to lessen the pain, but the pain was there. And before that, Jeff and I, we used to do a lot of fitness. We would be at the gym 3 times a week. And then we started yoga, and we just stopped going to the gym. We don't run, we just do yoga.
Yeah.
Just stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's been able to repair all the parts of us that hurt.
Yeah.
I ended up losing a bunch of weight. She
Me
lost
too.
weight.
I lost weight.
And we reconditioned our bodies, and the parts that hurt, like our low back.
Yeah.
Once our hips started to work again,
Yes.
then our low back didn't have to do as much work with standing us up and holding us up, and so the pain went away.
Yeah.
It was great.
And we realize, like, as as humans, you don't realize how sitting makes your hips really tight. And I came to find out that for me, even like doing yoga helps me with my model walk because my hips are loose, so I'm able to swing my hips side to side when I'm doing the walk. And it's just transformed us. Like physically, we feel young. Like I feel younger than I was a teenager.
Wow.
So it's like we try to express it more like yoga.
So Dorine, you said you started yoga in 2019 when you visited Kenya.
Kenya. So I was in my 30s when I started yoga. I was 31 and Jeff was 45. And it's just transformed us. Like, I mean,
why did you start, and why in Kenya?
Okay, so when we came here for a funeral, and we used to do gym, and then now we're here. Our routine has changed since we've come here, and Jeff and I we decided, like, why don't we just do yoga to stretch ourselves, just stretching and get rid of some pain, while we're here, because we weren't doing anything. We were just here for a funeral. And that's how we started yoga. And we just didn't stop. When we went to America, we stopped the gym and we continued with yoga.
Wow.
Yeah, we did it to get rid of pain. And it started working, and we just kept going.
So it has been like 4 years now?
4 years,
How is it so far?
It's been an amazing journey. It's transformed Jeff and I physically, mentally, spiritually, our relation, our marriage. It's gotten us even closer, because we
do it together.
We do it together. We spend a lot of time just on our mat in our room, at night with the candlelight on, just doing yoga, talking or be quiet and connecting with ourselves.
Wow.
And it's been really It's changed our lives.
And supporting each other through the painful parts of remaking your body.
Yeah. Because we had to kind of like, the first 3 years, we kind of like tore ourselves apart by going through that pain that we feel and just stretching into it and slowly, staying into the pose. And in the beginning, it was not as easy as we do now. We would do one yoga and we would need a lot of rest.
We would need a couple of days to
recover. So there was a lot of naps, we used a lot of getting into a hot tub to just kind of relax our muscle because we've really pulled it apart. And
but then when we pull it all apart, it rebuilds itself when it recovers, and we find ourselves, it feels like I'm in a new body. Feels like a different person. And we didn't have any experience with it.
No.
We have never really been to yoga classes.
No.
We've never spent any money on equipment other than these yoga mats.
And these actually, we bought them here in Kenya and we love them.
But it's just been us and stretching. And that's it. We've just done it ourselves. It's a self-directed thing. And just explored how our bodies work.
Talk to a beginner who wants to enroll into yoga.
As a beginner? Well, I would say the first thing to recognize is that you need to work on your hips and your shoulders. If you work on your hips, your legs will start to loosen. The big muscles in your legs are all connected to your hips, and the big muscles in your back and core are all connected to your hips. So if you start loosening your hips, the rest of your body is going to start to loosen as well. And from sitting so much, that's usually where most people's problems are centered, in their hips. And it's the same with your shoulders. If you're able to loosen your shoulders, you get rid of this hunchback and all the stiffness and soreness that accumulates up here, and when we hunch our shoulders and things. So if you focus on stretches for your hips and stretches for your shoulders, you'll find the ones that work and just keep doing them. There's no right way to stretch as long as you're safe.
Just stretch.
Just stretch and work on getting more flexible.
And just go slow. Because sometimes we kind of rush into the pose and you can hurt yourself. You just slowly ease into the pose.
But at the same time, it needs to be something that challenges you. The yoga that we do is painful.
It is.
Because we're working to stretch ourselves out, which means pulling apart the sticky parts. And that's painful. But it's a good healing pain. You feel better the next day. Just like going to the gym. You come home and you're sore. This is sore the same way.
The same as going to the gym,
And how has it changed your life individually? To start with Dorine.
Wow. So for me, yoga has completely changed my life. I had tight hips, bad back. I was not happy with my booty. It was just kind of like, I would say, saggy booty. So I rebuilt myself. And it's completely, I feel like I'm a teenager. I can't stop saying this. But even when I was a teenager, I didn't feel or look the way I feel. And as a mom of two, I've had kids, it's completely changed myself. Like my hips, being able to do the splits, being able to it's given me, I'm like stronger than I was. I'm not like, I can just get up and do stuff and I'm not feeling my back. My back doesn't hurt like it used to. So that is a big change for me. Like, from head to toe. Mentally too. It's brought awareness. There's that awareness that I didn't have, and now I'm like so aware of like I'm intentional with what I'm doing, what I'm saying. Just my mind, body, and soul it feels like I'm finally aligned with myself. And it's been the best. And I'm always like, I wish when someone asks me like, how do you get yourself to look the way you look? And I tell people it's yoga. you know, and I wish I could relate to each and every person, because how I feel, I want everyone to feel that way, you know. So it's
Yeah.
Jeff?
I started yoga like we talked about because my back was hurting bad. I was getting back spasms in my low back, which if you've ever had them, it feels like something is torn. It hurts so much. I couldn't get out of bed sometimes. And even when I was feeling okay, just getting out of bed in the morning started to hurt. Even when I was going to the gym regularly, it couldn't keep work. I've had surgery on both shoulders in the past, so I had a lot of scar tissue. And that stiffness was spreading through my back. And all that combined, I was 45 and I was in a lot of pain. And so, just aging too fast for my years. So pulling my hips apart and getting flexibility again, I can run like I did when I was in my 20s and in high school. And it feels amazing.
Wow.
At this, I'm going to be 50 next year.
Wow, inspiring.
And my waist, I had this fat around my waist, you know.
Very fat?
Belly fat and fat on the back.
And that's fat back here.
And that's all gone. And just my digestion is better. My waist used to be a 34 and now it's a 31.
Wow.
And that's no running, no weights,
no gym,
just stretching. Just stretching. So
you can recommend,
Oh, yeah, absolutely. At any age. Our kids do yoga and they're healthy and athletic and they love it. And it's just a great way to condition your body. And if you're flexible and strong, you can do any sport. You can climb mountains, run marathons, anything you feel like doing. If you're flexible and strong, everything else works.
And when you're plus size?
Yes, absolutely.
Yoga is for everybody.
Everybody.
Everybody. It doesn't matter if you're small, big. It doesn't. It's for. I feel like because people think like,
whatever type of body you have, it will optimize your body. It will make your body the best it can be. And then if you want to lift weights to get stronger on top of that, you get stronger. Or if you want to learn to run, to go for runs, you can do that. Or any other kind of activity, yoga and flexibility will make you better at it. Or even if you're just going to work and don't want your back to ache at the end of the day, you stretch and that goes and that feels better. Absolutely.
And the digestion actually, that is a big one.
It helps.
Yes. It really does.
When you stretch your core with all the different twists and pulls, it sounds weird, but our hips started to spread a little, and our digestive organs went down into our pelvis, into our hips, instead of having this bloated belly. Seriously, everything went back inside and slid back down, so we got these flat bellies again. Just naturally.
And now that you're living in Kenya, do you have plans to be like trainers for?
I teach yoga.
What about it?
So I started teaching in Malindi, and it's been great. Like I had like 3 times a week I would teach at the resort, and we're doing online. So we're trying to bring it online because of moving here and there. Online is good. And we've had people reaching out, and we're trying to come out more and show online like the stuff that we do. So you're making money out of your... I started as not making money because I was giving it for free, and I wanted to teach Kenyans for free. It's like me giving back to my community. So I was just like, I would teach Kenyans yoga, and that's what I was doing in Malindi. And I want to do it here too.
These are things you can do in the village. You don't need a yoga mat to do it.
You don't need yoga, because I do yoga with I can be in my dress, I can be in my jeans, I can
you don't have to.
We don't have to. And that's what we tell people, because you see on social media, like, you have to have a mat, you have to have a cute outfit.
Sneakers.
No. You can do yoga with whatever you have.
When we started, it was in our bedroom before we would go to sleep in the dark. We would have a candle going, and we were just on the carpet.
Yeah.
And we would just stretch.
And you can stretch on your bed too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would just encourage people to remember that yoga is individual.
Yes.
It's all internal. The stretching that you do is way deep in your hips. It's not like the gym where you go and you get a big muscle pump and that kind. It's deep in the joint or your spine. You can't see it immediately. So follow how you feel. Don't compare yourself to other people. And don't think you have to follow a set of poses or do some special routine.
No.
We made it all up as we went.
We just followed our intuition.
Okay.
Just like together.
So for people who haven't started, who are interested in it, just start with the stretches you know.
Yeah.
And listen to your body, how it's responding, and go into the pain. Go into the parts that hurt and do the work there.
Yeah. And also too, another thing that we came across while doing yoga, it brought all the traumas. We don't realize, we didn't, at first we were so confused because you would do yoga and then you would go back to your childhood and remember something and you start crying.
Because you're,
and that's when Jeff and I came to realize like, oh, we are coming into this on a physical side where we're pulling apart our body and then it's like
there's an emotional
reaction that comes with that.
We have memories that are stored in our body. And when we would open up a painful part of our body, those painful memories that are connected to it, they would surface too. So we ended up doing a lot of emotional healing and growing individually and as a couple, by all the stretching that we were doing. Totally surprised us. We had no idea.
We were very confused in the beginning. Like why are we crying? Why is this happening after opening up your hips?
But we talked about it, supported each other.
And we followed Dr. Shefali on social media, and there's that other people that we followed that talks about trauma healing. And that's when we started realizing like what we were doing. We were actually trauma healing on a physical.
So it's a therapy. Physical.
It's therapy just by stretching on the floor in the bedroom.
That I call it a body activator. It activates you from head to toe. You feel the tingling, the nerves waking up.
Yeah, we've incorporated yoga into our morning routine with the boys. And it calms them. And they always resist it because they want to get up and play video games. But if we bring them in here and have them do yoga, just a little, pick a card, they calm down. And so then when we say, now go get something to eat and start school, they do it. They're much more able to do it than to just be.
And those are the cards that we have for the boys. It's like a spirit animal. Kind of tells you, it's actually really good stuff.
A lesson they can think about during the day.
Children's spirit animal cards.
Okay.
And
for playing or what?
It's just like a card, each one pick, and then you would see what it is. Like this one says butterfly, get ready for big change. And then there's a book with that, and you, like Braxton can read, he would go here and find butterfly. And then he would read what butterfly says.
Oh, so it helps them.
Yes. So butterfly says, I started out as a caterpillar, but after wrapping myself in a cocoon for a while, I came out all pretty and started fleeting about. Nature took its course. it took a while, but when big changes like this usually do, you are going through these kinds of changes right now. You may still feel like a caterpillar or a cocoon, but get ready. Lots of things are changing as you grow up. So it's kind of like it's bringing them, you know, aside from your body changing and growing, a lot is happening inside too. All a part of growing up. You're already feeling different about yourself, but it's still and will always be you. These changes may involve new challenges at school, a move, or new task, new tackle. I'm sure you're going to like most of these changes, but others may be a little scary. So it's kind of like it helps them, prepares, And I have my own card, but it's not, this is like
It's for kids,
It's for kids.
And it's just really good stuff.
Helps them be more thoughtful.
More thoughtful, yes. Yeah. More thoughtful, more, you know.
Aware.
Do your chores, Beaver says. Yeah, so each card just tells you, trust your feelings. Stuff like this. I was not taught stuff like this when I was a kid. You know, like, you're beautiful just the way you are. There's a card that, I think this, the last one. You are beautiful just as you are. So, stuff like this helps a kid love who you are. You don't have to be like someone else, you know. Yeah, so we love these cards. It helps them. And it helps us too.
This was helping me too.
Yes. Yeah.
Getting ideas.
You're safe and protected. Believe in your magic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your magic, yes.
Yeah. Take your time when you're doing stuff. Be in the moment, you know. Yeah, so this is what we try to instill this stuff in them. Yeah. And also too, for us, we are learning, because you think that you have kids, you're teaching them, but you are learning from them. Yeah. Oh, we just finished with the meditation. Yes, we would have, but for the kids, kind of getting their mind to be quiet and meditate.
Yeah, just calming them.
But Jeff and I, we do like a 10-20 minute sitting or 30 minutes of just quietness. And that's the thing, being able to sit like this for 30 minutes. Yeah. So yeah, it's been a life changing.
Do you go to church?
No, I don't. But I used to go to church. I was born and raised in Seventh-day Adventist.
Yeah. But now
you're
more aligned.
I'm more, I feel like my church is where inside. I am. It's in here, you know. I don't need to go to church too. Here is where I am. I feel like I've found God within myself, and I don't need to go outside looking, you know. So there's just that peace within that I love.
And Jeff,
through the chaos.
I've been to church at different points in my life. I studied a lot of Christianity, but I haven't gone to church for a long time. Like Dorine said, it's more of an internalized spirituality.
Focus on your internal spirituality.
Yeah, being calm and listening and getting in touch with that spirituality that we all have inside us.
Yeah.
And that modern outside world is so loud and so busy that learning how to be calm and take time to listen to those small voices that are always there.
In solitude,
that has shown us a lot more and taught us a lot more than going to any church and hearing someone yelling at a crowd.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And this has brought a lot of peace within, even with the chaos in the world, because there's so much chaos everywhere you go. There's just
noise,
so much chaos.
So much noise.
But there's just that peace that we found within, that we are able to carry on even through the chaos.
Yeah.
We found that peace, you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that has been a huge life changing. There can be a lot of things going on, but there's just within yourself, there's that peace that you find it.
Yeah, and that's what brought us to Kenya. Being able to, we wanted.
It's not an easy decision. You
No.
have to be
Lower
aligned.
pace of life.
Very well aligned.
More peace and more
the courage. You have to come out of that fear of like, what's
What
the
if?
outcome? How is it gonna come out?
Sure.
Yeah.
Or what will other people think?
Yeah.
Yeah. We felt that it
We
was
had
right.
to overcome that.
and we had to have the courage to believe in our own intuition
and follow our heart. Because we're not taught to follow our heart. You know that.
We're taught to be good
little kids.
Yeah.
Good little robots.
Do this because someone is saying
Yeah. And that's Jeff and I. We try to teach the kids what we did.
You were
not told. Yeah. So every time we're just like, yeah, this is me telling my younger self.
But what is he responding to?
Yeah. So.
Yes. I'm getting inspired.
Yeah. I'm so happy to hear that.
Yeah.
It really.
Yeah, it was really great to have you come out.
Yeah.
It was really
we
great
really
to meet
appreciate you, both of you, just
spending time with us.
Traveling that far, coming to just see us, you know.
Really appreciate it.
Yeah, we're grateful for that.
And we learn every day. You think you know until you meet people like
that's exactly life.